Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Today's tutorial is a basic stitch that is really versatile, something that you can use for pretty much anything. Blankets, scarves, tops, skirts, placemats, anything. Basically a simple star stitch. And I guess you can use whatever yarn you want. I am using, actually this is from my little shop, Republic of Yarnia. This is DK weight yarn. It's very sparkly. I don't know if you can see that. It's very sparkly. Ooh. Yeah, so that's just one of these skeins, and it has little specks of emerald and sapphire, and it's called Balthazar's Gift #2, and it's just based on this gorgeous medieval figure. So yeah, we are just going to use whatever you want. If you're making a chunky blanket, you can use, and you're using chunky yarn, then obviously use a hook size that is appropriate for that. I'm just using a 4mm hook. Can you see that? There you go. So it's very, very simple, like I said. So we're just going to chain. We're going to make a chain the length that you want, your desired length. I'm just going to do a short sample here, so I'm not going to make it too long, but you're working in multiples of 2. So if you want, a long blanket, you might make it 80 or 100 chains. So just make sure that it can divide by 2, and then you add 4. So it's multiples of 2 plus 4. So just to show you this sample, I'm going to chain, and when you're doing your chains as well, one little hint, don't do them too tight. So make sure that there's a little bit of room. Don't make them too loose either. Don't make them too loose, but just make them sort of loose enough that you can have movement to go back in to them. So that is basically how we're going to begin. So I'm going to chain 14. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then that's my multiple of 2. Look at how shiny and sparkly this is. And then you add 4. So that will be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so right away we're going to go into the second chain from the hook. So we don't count this loop here, but this one here, we skip that one and go into the second one. And you're going to do, what you're going to do is pull up a loop and then go into the next chain and pull up a loop. So you'll have 3 loops, then go into the next one, pull up a loop. That's 4. Go into the next one, pull up a loop. 5, and then pull up a 6th one. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on your hook. So the first loop obviously counts as well. So don't make sure that they're a little bit loose as well, so that you can move through them. So then you yarn over and pull through all 6 loops, just like that. Okay. Then you're going to yarn over and pull that through, so you're locking it into place. And then you're already going to start the next star. So this is actually just the bottom of the star. So how we do that by going into this little middle space, almost lost my hook there, the little middle space here. So you're going to pull up a loop there. And then the first, well, actually I should say the last point of your star here, you're going into that one as well, and you're going to pull up a loop. So you'll have 3 loops on there, and then this connecting one here, you pull up a loop again, that's 4. Then you're gonna end up back on your chain here, and you do your first pull up there, and then go into the next chain and pull up a loop. So that again is 6 loops on your hook, then yarn over and pull through all 6 of those, and then yarn over, pull through, that locks it into place, and then you're on to the third one. So you do the same thing, go back into this little eye, it's called an eye, I think, middle area, then into the last leg that you did here, you go into that. Pull up a loop, and then into the connecting one down here. That's 4, and then 2 more. So 5 and 6. So then yarn over, pull through, and then lock it into place. So let's do that again. Into the hole there, then into the last leg, into the base, and then into 2 chains below. So a good way to keep track is to just always have 6 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 6 of those, lock it into place, and do that again. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that gives you 6 on your hook, and then pull through all of those. Okay, so I'm going to, well, we might as well finish together. I was going to leave you to it because I trust you, but I think we're almost there, and it's better off if we finish the row together. So just keep going until you reach the end here. You will have finished this chain, and you'll have 6 loops on your hook. Pull through all those and then lock it into place. Now you're gonna start the same way when you reach the end here. So start the same way by going into this eye and pulling up a loop, and then go into the bottom stitch here and pull up a loop as well. So you'll have 3, and then what you're going to do is finish this off as though you are doing a double crochet. So yarn over and pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2, and that is going to give you a nice clean line on the side. Okay, so that is the first row, and then the second row is the other row that you need, and that's basically all there is to this. So it's a 1-2 repeat. So turn your work, and then you're not chaining up, so just leave that as it is. Now if you open up your work here, if you pull it apart, you'll see the middle, the centers, the eyes of those stars. So what you're doing into each of those spaces where there's a little circle, if you can see that, just gonna wait till the, make sure that you can see that. It's kind of blurry. There we go. There. So what you're doing into that space is doing 2 half double crochets. So yarn over and into that space, you pull up a loop, and then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Then yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. And so you do 2 in each of those holes. So we'll jump over to the next hole, yarn over, and do 2 half double crochets, and then go into the next space, the next eye, and do 2 more half double crochets, and then 2 more, more. Don't forget the one on the end here. Okay, so you will have one, what looks like one chain left, and this end piece here. So what you're going to do is you're going to skip this, always skip this one, this last chain, and into this side here, what you do is you slip stitch and try and get both the front and back here. Okay, so there's the chain. So go into the side and get into the front and back, and you are just slip stitching into that. And that on that side is going to level everything off so it'll be straight. Okay, so now we are starting the first row again, and what we do then is chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, turn your work, and treat this like you did on the first row. So go into the second chain from the hook, so skip that one, go into the second one, pull up a loop, go into the next one, pull up a loop, and then we're going to start into the base here. So you pull up a loop, that's 3, 4, 5, and that should give you 6 loops on your hook. And then you yarn over, pull through all of those, and lock it into place, and then go back into the eye, pull up a loop, go into the last leg of the star and pull up a loop, go into the base, pull up a loop, and then 2 more stitches. Now you are going to have a line here from your previous row. So if you look at the top, there's your 2, let me just pull that back, you'll see the 2 stitches here that you go into, and then there's a third one here. So always skip that, just ignore that, and that becomes part of the back of your project. So that is your 6 loops, pull all the way through, lock it into place. Now yarn over, pull through a loop, or sorry, you don't yarn over, you just pull through, and then go into the last leg, then the base, then the 2 stitches on the chain, and then pull through, lock it into place. So continue that way, and just like that. And you'll always end on your final stitch on the bottom part of your star. So then remember to end the star, you do, or end that row, go into the first, the eye there, and then down at the bottom, you go into that one. So there's only 3 on your 3 loops, and then finish off with a double crochet. And that is going to give you a straight edge. So if you continue, you just turn your work, and into the eye you do 2 half double crochets. And if you need to, just pull your work just to see where the stitches need to go. And I'm sure on the screen it might be a little bit difficult to see with the variegated yarn, but it's okay for the tutorial. And then to end the row, remember you skip this chain here and into the last on the side, the last chain here, you do a slip stitch. Whoops. Do a slip stitch just like that, and that will level it off. And then it's chain 3 again, and you just continue that way. So that is basically how you do the star pattern. So it's very easy and really pretty as well. So is this yarn. So I will leave you to that. That should be everything you need to know just to create that pattern. And this works really, really well on so many different projects, especially blankets. I think it looks really, really sharp and cute. So yeah, go ahead, it's all yours now. Have a great crafting session, and we'll see you again next time. Bye bye.